FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We're talking old basketball here in the studio. Jody Rainey is with us. Greg Sipos is with us. Tomorrow night, the road to the KCAC, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Our conversation this morning brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Gentlemen, good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Todd.
It's good to have you both with us here today. Jody, we had you here just the other day talking about this media day, or workout day, I guess is a better way to put it, media invited, as the teams will all be gathering on the court there at the KCAC, and guys will be setting up the art show. It's almost here, isn't it?
It's almost here. We're ready to go tomorrow night, and just trying to encourage everybody to come out and support our kids. Like I told, $5. What more entertainment are you going to get anywhere else for $5 and do the greatest thing you can do, and that's support the kids. Not only the kids that are playing the basketball game tomorrow night, but our artists, our scholarship winners, our Distinguished Achievement Award winners. It's just a great night, and we're so thankful. And, for First Commonwealth Bank and their continued sponsorship and partnership with the Heritage Conference, because without unfortunately, things like that, cost some money to put together, and, their support of the students of the Heritage Conference and just the community at large. So we're so appreciative, and to get to do it with a lifetime friend like Greg, leading that way with First Commonwealth Bank, it's really super special, and we're very appreciative of what they do for our kids.
Well, especially when you roll out the literal red carpet for Greg to walk in on. That's the really special moment of the whole night. Okay.
Absolutely. Well, this year at least he told me the right day and time to show up, so we weren't scrambling.
I told you the right day
we weren't scrambling to show up in the studio. So I'm just happy to be here this time. But, no, that was my fault. That was my fault.
But that's okay. You're here this year, and we can talk about this event. It's big for the kids. It's big for the entire community. It's a really big thing for First Commonwealth Bank too, isn't it?
It really is. It's so much fun. I get as much joy out of seeing, all the community come in there and just be able to enjoy, top 3 facility in the country for their kids to be there and be part of it, because it's a big part of Indiana County. It really is. And just to be a part of it, we've talked over the years, about, this is the roots of First Commonwealth Bank, is the community PA markets, and now bringing in some Johnstown teams like the Heritage Conference has done in the past. That's more of our footprint. You get to see all of these, the athletes that are on the floor, their eyes light up, but their parents that are watching them, their friends, everybody's just happy to be there. And as Jody said, it's just not about the athletes that night, but just the extension with the art and everything else that he's been able to get done with the likes of Colin Stokes and everybody else over in the Heritage Conference. It's just been phenomenal.
Well, you recall, I recall talking with you about this, the very first night at the KCAC for Heritage Championships. You were actually on the floor wearing a stripy shirt, and you got to see how big a deal it was for those kids and the way they lit up for that. For what those kids are about to experience, especially those ones who've never been on that floor before, this is something else they'll never forget.
I've told the story so many times. I think Jody could tell the story for me, but I've been blessed, and I had the ability to do a bunch of good games in my career, and I would rank that as the best game I've ever done, just from the atmosphere. And then I can remember when the young man from Salzburg at the time walked out on the floor with about 4 minutes to go, and it was a very tight game. I think they were playing Ligonier Valley at the time. And I told him, I said, you know what, just look around, close your eyes, take a mental picture, because you will never forget this moment. And I did the same, and I haven't either. It's just a great experience.
Yeah. Jody, of course, we talked with you the other day about the special nature of a night such as this. And it's not just basketball. This is a whole night's worth of entertainment, but it celebrates a whole year.
It does, and I think the important thing when Greg said about the atmosphere, and that's, and I've said this all along, and I appreciate all of our partners and the ability that we have to bring this game to people that are out of state, grandparents, relatives, and things like that through streaming. But the atmosphere is created by the people there supporting those kids. So again, I encourage everybody, to physically come out tomorrow night. It's a $5 ticket. You get a lot. But it celebrates all the kids. And our mission at the Heritage Conference is to provide positive and enriching experiences for our students. And as Greg said, I've played, as an athlete myself, I've played in big games. I've been part of that game ever since its inception, and the atmosphere is just incredible. There's nothing better for a kid to have that experience of coming out of that tunnel or going out on that floor and being surrounded by 2,000, 3,000 people. That's incredible. It's an experience of a lifetime that they'll never forget, and it's very true to our mission. So, like I said, we're celebrating, like I said, the Heritage Conference. What makes us, I think, my opinion, maybe I'm biased, I think we are the premier conference in all of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania because we are inclusive to the talents and gifts of all students. Academically, the arts, we do technology, STEM-related things, and athletics. Where else? There's not too many places you can be an all-conference artist. There's not too many places you can be an all-conference tuba player. There's not too many places you can be an all-conference mathematician. And so I just think that, our diversity, I think, is our strength. And, and again, without the relationship with you, Todd, Renda, Greg and First Commonwealth Bank and all of our secondary sponsors and supporters, this isn't possible. So I love living in a community where people acknowledge, sometimes kids take a bad rap, I think. And we have a lot of these kids are multi-talented and there's so many facets to them. And to celebrate them tomorrow night it's just rewarding. I dedicated my life to education and to helping kids grow and meet their potential, and to see the cooperation and partnerships and the support of our communities. It's touching, it's moving, it's very special.
Greg, as an official standing there that night, you experienced this moment along with the kids themselves. In the pregame, when they're getting ready to introduce the starting lineups for each teams, up on the big screen comes the montage for each of those teams, and the whole arena, everybody just their eyes pop out, their mouths drop open as they watch that. They listen to the music, and it is absolutely a thrill. And everybody gets a chill watching that all happen. And then comes the introduction of the starting lineups, and you're playing ball. It's a really, really special moment, isn't it?
I just got a chill with you talking to me about it because, yeah, you're exactly right. There's no other. The only thing to compare it to is like if you're watching a movie and or whatever it would be, and you see a college recruit come in, and they like to do those montages where they'll, black out the Coliseum and then put their highlights up on and I've seen that in various stages. But I mean, it's like it is done really well. And again, I got to chill just sitting here. I feel the same way when I'm watching it, and you can just tell the energy level just picks up to these kids are saying, wow, I've done something really good to be here tonight. This can be fun. Let's go play ball. Yeah. It's good.
Jody just mentioned all of the other activities that are done on this night. And as from the bank's perspective, being able to watch the awarding of the scholarships, which happens between the games. And that's a really, really special time, too, because a boy and a girl student from each school is awarded a scholarship to reward them for their classroom excellence and for their other achievements as student athletes, or however the school does it. That's a great, great moment for those kids.
It is. I mean, it's the same as they've dedicated their life to the individual that's about to play basketball has dedicated their life to athletics, and they're playing basketball. And they would have other hobbies, obviously, too. But I mean, these people that are going to recognize that night, they've put in the work too. It's just a different kind of work, and they're able, again, to be recognized by people that wouldn't normally see that. And by the way, this community, every dollar matters. Not that it doesn't matter in every community. So for the ability to give these students $500, $1,000, $1,500, whatever it might be, to help them get to the next level, come on, that's really good stuff. I mean, because that might mean the difference to them actually going or not going.
Yeah, you're right.
We've done the scholarship program from the very beginning, Todd. Like from the inception of the conference, we've done the scholarship program. And we have given out, the Heritage Conference has provided over $100,000 worth of scholarships to our student athletes over the years. And and what the criteria is now is you have to participate in 2 Heritage Conference activities. So you could be academic team, you could be an athlete, you could be an artist, or in like the fine arts in your school. And I'll give you an example. I know last year for Homer Center, our 2 scholarship recipients were both kids that qualified for state band and state chorus. I don't think they played any sport. They were on some academic teams. This year we have one that is primarily in athletics. The other one was a phenomenal choral and band performer for us. And she also is excellent. She's on our impromptu speech team, and she's excellent. So, again, it's just that when you said about who are they, I think that, the challenge, and it's not even a challenge, but I think the big message that the Heritage Conference continues to try to get out is we are inclusive to all those other kids, to whatever their gifts and talents are. Heck, we've recognized people for, like United had the national turkey call champion a couple years in a row. We recognize that kid for his achievements. Do we have turkey call competitions? No, we don't. But that kid is bringing honor and distinguishing himself, and that is a representative of the type of kids we have in the Heritage Conference, and we want to acknowledge them, even if it isn't something that we offer. And those are the people. I just think, like, if you look at year in and year out, like last year, tell me the Heritage Conference, us little rinky-dink conference, have 2 teams that played for a state basketball championship. Okay, I mean, come on. I mean, we're there.
By the way, they played for the Heritage Conference Championship. That same 2 girls
same teams. 2 teams played in the Heritage Conference.
You got to
it might be a preview of the state championship teams, too. You might as well come out and check it out tomorrow, Todd.
There you go. That's a great plan.
Yeah.
And that's terrific stuff. And who knows where these teams go from here, but it all starts tomorrow night. Box office will open at 10 o'clock this morning. I know that you're encouraging people to stop by.
Stop by, and tickets will be there at the gate tomorrow, too. Guys, just get out. It's nice weather.
Come on out and watch it. You're part of that $100,000 in scholarship money if you come out tomorrow night and watch it. Hey, can I put a quick plug in?
You
Todd?
can.
Okay,
Sure.
I want you to spend more than the $5 because I at least want you to spend another $5 or $10 because Cherry Hill Township does this 50-50, every night or every year when they come in there, and I'm sitting next to the fire chief over here that's been there for like 30 years. So, come on out and at least give the fire department an extra $5 too.
They got to do fire safety.
They got to do something with it.
I appreciate that plug, Greg. Taking up the time for First Commonwealth Bank to plug the fire. Hey, we're a sponsor of the broadcast. We're sponsors of the KCAC event. So
come out and support the firemen tomorrow.
Come on out too and play Super Bowl Super Bingo Saturday night at the fire company. If I get a chance to put a plug in, I'm putting it in. Super Bowl Super Bingo Saturday night, Penn Run Fire Hall, 6:45. Come on out.
You talked me right up to the news, right through the commercials and right up to the news. Listen to these guys. It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160.